So let's say you don't have an API collection. What do you do? If you looked at our previous video, the easiest way to get started in Thaneo if you have an API collection. But if you don't have one, that's completely fine as well. So let's create a project without any API collection. Let's call this empty project. So when we first create an empty project, you will see by default, we still create 3 sections for you: API reference, authentication, and errors. We think those are the 3 basic things that every API documentation should have it. But if you're creating any other guide, let's say SDK documentation or product guide, etc., and you don't need to have these sections, you can simply just delete them like this. So I'm going to delete these sections. And here I'm just going to keep API reference, but you can delete that and create a new section as well. So now let's add a new API endpoint. So here, let me actually go back. You can type here and you will see all the switches that we have. Click on endpoint and let's add our definition. So I'm going to add here demo API path. Let's call this customers. I'm going to make it a post method and call it create customers. And in body, I'm going to add first name, Anna, last name, now. And I can add more, but it's actually easier to add it from the editor. So I'm just click on submit and I'm going to see my endpoint defined right here. I'm going to drag and drop. And it will ask me to add a base URL. So if you have a production or sandbox environment that you want to highlight, that's where you would add it. I'm going to add a URL here, and now the information should be populated, as you can see. I can go to the body request and add more examples, either from code view. So if you want to copy and paste your JSON code, you can go ahead and do it. Or if it's in other format, you can do that as well. Or in firm view, you can add more information about what data type it is. You can also add new fields. So let's say I want to add, I don't know, phone number. And then email address. As you can see now, all this information are populated on the right side as well. You can also indicate which field is required. So we have this asterisk, and with asterisk, if it's selected, then it means it's required. And in the published view, it will show up as it is. You can also add additional information about the property. And most importantly, you can add descriptions. And if you have a sample value, you can go ahead and do that as well. So let's say I'm going to add hello.thaneo.io. It will be populated here. And for descriptions, if you want to add yourself, you can go ahead and do it, or you can leverage our AI assistant, which populates descriptions for you. So you can see now everything has been populated for me, which all looks correct. Great. If I have an example response, I can go ahead and do it, add it right from here as well. If I don't want to highlight anything, I can just delete it right from here. Then I can go to parameters. So if I have any query parameters or path parameters, I can edit right from here as well. The same goes with headers. So if I have, let's say, authorization, and I'm going to add beer token here, or if I have content type, JSON, etc., I can go ahead and add these things as well. It will automatically be reflected here. And most importantly, we always convert all of your requests into multiple programming languages, so you don't have to do that yourself manually. So that's it. That's easy to create also endpoints in Thaneo. Thank you.